G'day folks, welcome to the channel. Quick one today. I want to cover off a couple of the very common questions I get about these KTMs. One is around the screen, the other one is about the integrated mirrors, and I'll just go through a couple of other bits and pieces that might be of interest. So firstly to the screen. The screen is made by Bajaworx. There'll be links below. It's their Enduro screen. It's for this KTM. It attaches to the existing headlight mask by way of 4 bolts. You can see the bolts down in the back there. The kit comes with these stabilizing brackets in there, which just run down to that point there. The cables, do they rub on the screen? And yes, they do. So you can see there a bit of rubbing where the cables go up and down. There's a little bit of wear on one of the guards of the cables. My brother's bike is the same. There's a bit of rubbing on the screen there that you can see from the cables, but it doesn't seem to bother it. So that's the screen. Nice and simple. $115 or something US. It's molded, it hasn't broken, it's gone down a couple of times, but seems to be pretty strong, and it's quite simple. And 4 bolts, if you need to take it off, it's easy to take off. The next thing that people ask me a lot about are these mirrors. They fold back in. They fold back in out of the way when you are on the trail. These mirrors are by HighwayDirtBikes. They are integrated with their handguards. It's not just the mirrors, it's kind of the whole system, and I'll just go through that. Now the HighwayDirtBikes handguards, ultimate handguards, obviously starts at the end of your bars, but it goes all the way around to the top clamp there. So when you buy the system, you get the top clamp is replaced, and handguards bolt into that. So the whole thing's really solid and it's never going to move. So by way of comparison, on my brother's bike, he has the standard Barkbusters handguards, which come around to a clamp on the bars there, whereas mine come all the way down to this point, to the top clamp. So one thing you can do is get the speedo mount that brings the whole speedo up, sits it in a spacer up here rather than being hidden way down behind the mast. You can also get these little dash modules. Now this one, I made this one up out of plastic to suit the different things that I wanted on here, but they do come with an anodized aluminium one with different configurations of the ports. So you can get ones with a 12 volt port, or USB port, or two smaller ones there, or just switches, push button switches in it, all different configurations. One thing to note, the HighwayDirtBikes bits are not all black. So the top mount you can get black or silver, and the little dash things come in black, I believe. But these, the main handguard part is not, that comes silver. I had them anodized black because black looks better. Now the next thing I want to just quickly go over is the Baja XL80 headlights. Now the headlights are they're in a surround made by Motominded, links below, and the surround gives you some adjustability as well. So if I show you over on this one, there is some adjustability there. So you've got a bit of tilt adjustability with the light. Also by Motominded, they make what they call the Super Dash, or SuperMount. SuperMount, yeah, it's a SuperMount for these lights. These lights are considerably heavier than the standard light that comes with these bikes. So it's recommended that you have these, what they call the SuperMount, which you can see there, which is this single piece dash unit which bolts to the top of the triple tree in there, and it cable ties up hard against the forks here, and it gives the mask a really hard mounting point. So you get rid of the rubber straps. It stops all of this flopping around on the rubber straps, and with the extra weight of that light, that's important. I mean, it is solid. That is not going to move at all. You don't need the SuperMount if you get the Baja lights. However, the weight of these, I would strongly suggest that you do get this. The other thing to keep in mind is if you want to go back to the standard headlight, you have to remove this, because then there's not enough space in here between the back of the headlight, which is a little bit deeper than the Baja ones, and it interferes with the SuperMount. So to further confuse things, you have dash options as well. So as I said over on my bike, I've gone with the dash from HighwayDirtBikes, which kind of made sense because I had the new top clamp, whereas my brother has gone with the small dash that comes with the SuperMount, the little mini dash with the Motominded SuperMount, somewhere to put your switches in behind the screen, and the speedo's in the front, whereas on mine it's the other way around. I've got the switches down on the top clamp and the speedo up in behind the screen. So they're just options that you kind of need to think about the whole system. It's not just the mirrors that you're buying the entire handguard system, and with the handguard system you've got to think about the dash and what else that you want. The last one is about the seat. I get asked a little bit about the seat. This seat is a custom made one by a local upholsterer in Seaford, one of the suburbs of Melbourne. It's Topline Upholstery. They have made both of our seats. This one is basically the same as the Seat Concepts shape, and it was modelled off a Seat Concepts one, whereas I had him make up a larger one based on a Fisher seat design, and it's a lot softer. This particular seat is super comfortable, and I think it's the extra width more than anything. I mean, it's got some really nice padding in it, but the extra width is a big help. Still narrow up front where you need it to be narrow, but the back just gives you a broader area to sit on. Whereas the Seat Concepts, and I did try a Seat Concept seat for a while, but an actual Seat Concept seat, and I found it was still a bit uncomfortable. The rain's just started, so I'm going to have to cut this one off, otherwise you're not going to be able to hear me in a moment. But I hope that's answered a couple of questions about the screen, about the mirrors, and about the seat. Hope you have a good day, and we'll see you in the next video.